A member of Flint City Council is accusing his fellow elected leaders of illegally removing him as president of the council. Tonight, there was a heated discussion on this topic. Mid-Michigan Now's Alexis Ware is here in the studio. And Alexis, you say that this council member retained an attorney?
Yes, Stephanie. Former council president Eric Mays says he is in communications with an attorney who backs his opinion that the removal process in which he lost his presidency was done illegally. Now, before the Flint City Council meeting was called to order today, council members began an argument inside the chambers. Video shows council members Eric Mays, Quincy Murphy, and Jerry Winfrey Carter in the midst of that argument. Members did eventually begin the meeting with an opening proposed discussion by Mays, stating he wanted to talk about the way he was, what he calls, illegally voted out as president. That discussion lasted only a few minutes, and council members decided not to allow the discussion to continue. Mays then began talking about his race and his belief of favoritism amongst council members, referring to the late George Floyd and his murder 2 years ago.
I wish you would get your knee off my neck. I can't hardly breathe. You and Miss Worthing got your knees on my neck, and it's being condoned by a majority of council. That's the way I feel. That's the way I see it.
Councilwoman Tanya Burns interjected after Mays made these statements, saying it's not a race issue, but a behavior issue.
My skin is black too. I check the black box. It has nothing to do with color right now, but all to do with your behavior. Mr. Mays has said he's in a hostile work environment with his colleagues. Well, I'm sick and tired of the passive aggressive behavior like he's the victim.
The meeting took another turn when Councilman Mays declined to leave the meeting unless he was removed in handcuffs, saying, quote, "You'll have to snatch me and drag me," end quote. You can see Mays demanding the officer place handcuffs on him before walking out of that meeting.
A car rammed into a fence. This is the aftermath of a triple shooting in Flint on Sunday. Police say 3 people were shot before 3:30 in the afternoon near Foss Avenue and Selby Street. The weekend's violence also left a person shot on Kermit Street near Pearson, according to the Flint Police Department. In total, 4 people shot, all treated at the hospital, but they're now in good condition, says Detective Sergeant Tyrone Booth.
We are receiving information now from citizens who are tired of the senseless shootings.
Booth says solving crimes like these get a boost when people are willing to speak up.
In terms of suspects from those shootings, we're working several leads.
Booth says this year they've taken 243 guns that were illegally possessed off of the streets, and overall crime is down according to crime statistics released by the city. But through April 17th, Flint police had reported 14 homicides this year compared to 13 homicides over the same period last year. Mayor Sheldon Neely is calling on residents to get involved and support police.
When people see something happening, if we can get in front of it, we can be able to help resolve issues before it gets to a deadly end in most cases.
Flint police say that people can help that cause by volunteering at the police department's neighborhood mini stations.
Those are the volunteers that are receiving the information from individuals in neighborhoods that walk in and say, I know something about it. And it's that information that often leads us to the break in the case that we need to bring those responsible to justice.
But police say it's been a trend to see more crime as temperatures rise.
But we're preparing for that by putting initiatives together and putting more officers on the street, by hiring more officers and training more officers to do the job.
There's now a team investigating the crash that killed a well-known Flint police captain, Colin Burney. Captain Burney was a 26-year veteran of the force. He was killed when he was driving home after his shift February 4th when he was hit by a 16-year-old driver. Police say that teen lost control of their vehicle and may not have had time to stop before they hit Captain Burney's vehicle. Mid-Michigan Now's Courtney Bennett joining us live from the Content Center tonight. So, Courtney, who exactly will be on this investigative team?
Stephanie, Genesee County Prosecutor David Layton tells me that there are 6 people on this team, including himself. They're all prosecutors within his office. He says that there are cases that he launches a team like this one. Now, in certain cases, like he said, because it is high profile or controversial. Layton says in every police shooting, they form a special team to review the case to determine if charges will be filed. He says in this crash, it was important for him to start this team of 6 prosecutors to review all the material.
I think the best thing to do is to put as many eyes on the file as possible, and I have a number of prosecutors who work here who have handled vehicular homicide cases in court. Several of them have tried cases. So I brought in the expertise so everybody can review that and we can make, a learned decision and try to seek justice.
Prosecutor David Layton says that these things take time. There's evidence that has to be gathered, like toxicology reports, the black box from the crash, and also the autopsy that they had to get from the Mount Morris Police Department to the prosecutor's office. He says that they will determine whether charges will be filed in this case soon.